Are you shopping for your next luxury vehicle purchase? Are you the type of guy who lives paycheck to paycheck and struggles to put food on their table? Do you like to impress your neighbors with fancy stuff? Are you the type of guy who likes to impress people who don't give a crap about you at all? If you answered yes to any of those questions, do I have a vehicle for you? This is a 2017 Maserati Ghibli S. Welcome back to Goodfellas Garage. Let's get started. Piece of. We'll get to the shifter in a minute and we'll talk about the interior of this car. But first, let's start with the weird stuff that's going on the outside. And the first thing that you notice when you approach this car are the huge gaps in the windows, the side windows and the B pillar and the back window and the C pillar. There's this enormous gap in there, and at first sight you're like, well, maybe the windows are rolled down and that's why you have this gap, but that's not the case. You pull the door handle and the window goes down a little bit more, and I am baffled by this. I am absolutely baffled by this decision. Like, why couldn't you engineer the gap to be smaller? It looks very weird. The car looks unfinished. But that's just that's just the beginning of the issues that this car has, and most of the problems in this vehicle are on the inside. And here's the thing: the interior quality is just awful. I mean, the minute you get inside this car, and if you have ever experienced a luxury car, a true luxury car, I'm not talking about your cousin's 1995 BMW 3 Series, but even the 3 Series, even the base 3 Series interior is still nicer than this, and you feel Detroit. I mean, there's Detroit in here everywhere. Here's the thing, just to give you a reference point, okay? In 2017, the base model, not this one is the S. The base model started at around $73,000, $74,000, okay, before options. So this is being the S, and if you start adding options and this and that, you can be in $100,000 territory. And let me tell you something: this is just not worth $100,000. The material quality is just not there. All this leather that they call leather is not leather. It doesn't feel like leather. It feels like vinyl. The cheap plastics are everywhere. You can see the corner cutting. Look at the center console. It is extremely flimsy, cheap plastic. The door panels, they look very cheap. All the part sharing and all the buttons and all the switches and the window switches, the windshield wiper stock. All of this stuff is shared with Dodge models. Headlight switch, the start stop button. I mean, it's just for $100,000. I think you can do a lot better. And let's talk about the ergonomics. And some of the stuff in this car makes absolutely no sense. And I understand this is an Italian car, and this is the Italian thing. They want to be different for the sake of being different. But the number one thing that is absolutely infuriating in this car is the shifter. Okay, and I am convinced. I am 100% convinced that this was designed by an engineer who was bullied in high school. 100%. This kid was bullied every day, and he's like, I'm gonna make people suffer. I'm gonna engineer, and I'm gonna design a shifter that's gonna make people go insane. This thing alone I don't want to buy this car if just because of this. Okay, if I'm a customer shopping for a brand new car and I get inside this Maserati and I can't get it out of freaking park, I don't want to buy this. This thing makes zero sense how it operates, okay? Because sometimes it wants to lock you out. You have to press the button to get out of park, but then if you want to put it in reverse, you always miss it. It goes into neutral. Then you want to put it in, you want to go up into reverse. It goes into park, and then it locks you out. It is absolutely disastrous. I don't know who actually approved this. There must have been a committee or something, a meeting about this. Hey, listen, somebody actually sat in this car and had to say, yep, this works. Let's go with this crap. Mind baffling. So that's one thing. The other thing is that the start stop button is on the left. Every single car you get into, the start stop button is right here. Nope, not on this car. It's going to be on the left. Why? I don't know. They're trying to mimic Porsche. They have history of racing in Le Mans. I don't know. I understand Porsches do that because they're trying to honor their racing history, but it just doesn't make any sense. It is not convenient. Every time you get into the car, your right hand reaches for the start stop, but nope, not here. You gotta go here under the look for it. You can't even see it. And this is just the beginning. Like I said, the material quality is not there. There's a lot of parts been sharing with Dodge. And you know, the infotainment system straight, like, what is it, Uconnect from Dodge, whatever. They didn't even, like, it's 100% Uconnect. The only thing that they changed is they added the Maserati logo. That's it. That's it. Straight out of it. I mean, it's not bad, but it's, if you sat in a like a base model Dodge with this infotainment system, you know, you don't feel special inside of this car, and that's the problem. Okay, and again, for the money, there are better cars out there. And I understand some people want to buy this because they want to be different. They don't want to buy your usual Mercedes E-Class or BMW 550 or whatever. But for the money of this car, you are in the E63, you know, pre-owned territory, like 1 or 2 year old CPO car, M5, again CPO, which are much better cars, much better quality, a lot of technology. And this stuff doesn't even have this. Here's the other thing: for the you know, close to $100,000, you don't get any of the tech. Not that I mean, I personally don't care about any of this technology, but there's no blind spot monitoring. There's no, the reverse camera doesn't even have the the lines to guide you. I mean, it's just it's ridiculous. It's like a highly pixelated 80s, you know, graphic. It is unbelievable how cheap everything in this car is, and I truly don't understand why people are actually attracted to these cars, because I don't feel special. You know, typically Italian cars, even the older Maseratis, like the old Quattroportes or whatever, like 2008 through like 2012, 13, you know, before they changed the body style, even those cars with all their sticky buttons and all that crap that you get inside, and you kind of feel special. There's leather everywhere, and it's like a higher quality leather, and the car feels luxurious. There's wood trim, this and that. This is just, however, most of the stuff can be forgiven. And the reason why is because it's an Italian car, and what Italians know how to do is this. It sounds amazing, just like most Italian cars do, and especially Maseratis. These guys know how to do this, okay? And under the hood is a 3-liter twin-turbo V6 that is producing 404 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque, which is impressive. It's not bad, and this car is surprisingly fast, and it does not sound like a V6. It does not sound like a V6 at all. It sounds like a large V8, and the exhaust note is fantastic. This has made it to a ZF 8-speed. ZF makes fantastic transmissions. This is where the car excels, okay? It's not as fast as 550 BMW or even some of the higher end E-classes before you even get to E63, but the handling is far better. It handles very, very well. The ride is stiff, but you know, you get the handling of an exotic car. And again, the engine sound and the performance and the acceleration is there. However, the problem is that, yes, you know, you get attached to that. And this is the problem with Italian cars. If you watch any of my previous videos, I always say this. This is the problem with Italian cars. It's like they sell you garbage, but then they put this amazing engine inside and they make it sound so good that you're like, oh, you know, I'm willing to live with all this crap, okay? And this is the issue. Yes, it sounds great. Yes, it performs great. Yes, it handles very, very well. But at the end of the day, it gets old. I've been driving this car for a week, and you know, the novelty of this engine and the sound and the performance and the handling, it all wore off. That's it from me for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. Peace.